Well, the whole title of the video was like how I almost botched my affiliate deal with Dehancer by by being too busy. But don't ask me specific questions about the software because I can't answer them. I didn't make it.
Let's just jump right into it. How did you almost botch your deal with Dehancer?
Oh man. Okay, so what had happened was. These floors are disgusting. But this is the new spot. And I'm kind of excited to be here. The office is kind of going crazy. It's like, it needs a lot of work. There's nothing in it right now, so y'all ain't gonna see it. But yeah. This also might be where I start doing my cooking videos. We go wide. Get that little stove in there. Over here, like, you know? The day has finally come. We have left the premises. This office has been the hub for... How long have I been in this office? All right, let's see if we got this timeline right. Thursday, April 3rd, we're in Nashville, recording a mini documentary for an artist named Cool Dave.
And I've been praying for better days, cause every day's better when you ain't in the grave. That means you still in the race, so don't give up, keep
What?
the faith. But in that moment you realize you alive. Now
Alright, so you kicked me off my own track.
Honestly, it's some really great footage, but I was exhausted. We got back super late, and I mean super late, like, or I guess super early on Thursday, that following Saturday. That goes swimmingly, so to speak. I'm operating on literally 2 hours of sleep because the night before I obsessed over what gear was going to take. Oh, snap. Look,
What was your overall vision of this project? Like when I hit you up and was like, hey man, I'm trying to do a documentary. Like what was your whole vision of it?
Honestly, it's something that I've been wanting to do for a minute. It's like telling these kind of stories. So when Dave called, like, hey, I'm going to Nashville in like a few days, I was like, I'm moving in a few days. I hope it works out. And we're here. So, but yeah, I mean, the vision for it was just I feel like people really connect with the behind the scenes of an artist, even more than they connect with their music. Like for me personally, when I see one of my favorite artists doing something that's not a song, I'm like all for it. I'm like, oh snap, they were at a skate park. Oh, they went to the mall. And it's like, it seems silly, but it just makes you feel more connected to it. So that's my goal in this, is to make Cool Days fans feel more connected to him. And then, you know, Jarrell, he's in it too. I guess does he have fans? No, no, but I mean, they'll feel more connected to him. But it's really cool. It's just like you get to see behind the veil and kind of what it takes to achieve your dreams. And he's really out here doing this. And we haven't slept. I know we mentioned that. We're going to talk about the no sleep because we just want to paint the picture of like, you have to make sacrifices sometime. I was still obsessing over when I was going to finish this Dehancer video. We get there, I take way too much gear, only end up using like a few lenses. 2 days later, we were right back on the road, headed to Mississippi to do this thing for Resurgent, which I did mention before.
Yeah, so right now it's gone up with 5 o'clock traffic, but I mean, this took like 7 hours from our house, so we'll drive 85 to Atlanta, then we'll take 20 over 65, and then 65 up north towards Corinth. And then the place we're doing this shoot, it's about 20 minutes out here in the absolute middle of nowhere, Mississippi. And so we are very glad that we're driving because we'll be armed.
So just so y'all know, Will got us out here headed to Mississippi, and it's like, 40 something degrees out here. I don't know how I don't actually know how cold it is, but it's not warm. I can tell you that. And I'm wearing like the equivalent of capris. Like they go a little bit lower than capris. I don't know if you can even see it. Look how much ankle that is showing. That's a lot of ankle showing to be like out here in the wind like that. Anyway, we gotta go pee, so I'll be back.
About the weather.
So like I was saying, Will kind of screwed us on this one. I don't even know if we're gonna do this project now because I gotta go back home and get some more pants and a better jacket. So we're actually gonna head all the way back. We're like, you know, an hour and a half away from our destination. So we're just gonna go all the way back, you know, 6 hours backwards and come prepared. So, we are in Mississippi, getting ready to film a Western short film. Don't ask how that came about or why it came about, because honestly, I couldn't really tell you the answer to that.
That's a tough question. So we've been really, really fortunate here in Greenville, South Carolina to make some relationships that have lasted for years. And so one of our clients here in town, they do these big award shows at the end of the year, and they always love to do sort of large-scale production, creative video shorts for this award show. A lot of them are, you know, very tongue-in-cheek, very funny, but they love spending money on the good production value. And I've been fortunate enough to be able to do these films for, this will be going on my 6th year, actually. So one of their ideas, the theming for their award show is Western. And so they had this crazy idea to go out to somebody's farm and film a Western tongue-in-cheek short film to start this award show off. We got the opportunity to go out and film this thing. You know, I couldn't really tell you how to find a client like that. I think your work has to speak for itself, but that comes after years of being available, working hard, working for free. I think it has a lot to do with your mindset, your attitude, you know, how you treat people. I would say the biggest thing that has been successful for my career in getting projects like this has just been working well with others and giving more than I get.
All I know is when you collaborate with people, sometimes they take you places. I think what I'm actually trying to say is when you're good to people, sometimes good things come back your way. It's got me into rooms that I never would have gotten into otherwise, or it may have taken longer, maybe I would have, but it would have taken like years. But yeah, this all happened because I made a friend. I went out on a limb and decided to work with another filmmaker, and now we're here kind of in the middle of nowhere in Mississippi. Like, which part of Mississippi is this? In Corinth, Mississippi. And we are making a short film. How cool is that? This is also just a testament to where filmmaking can take you. And yeah, sometimes it's gonna be remote places such as Corinth, Mississippi, but never in a million years did I think I would be telling people, hey, I'm being flown out, being paid to travel to a location to shoot a Western short film for money. Like, it's wild to me. So I'm super grateful and just excited to be on this creative journey. And if you're somebody that's on the fence about whether or not you should start or whether or not you should attempt or try something, I'm telling you, just do it, because you never know where it can take you and where you'll end up. It's beautiful. I've never seen a spaceship in my life.
There's a planetarium. It's the U.S. Space and Rocket Center from NASA.
Oh, wow. It's so fitting that I'm wearing the NASA hat tonight, I guess. Look at that, that's freaking insane work.
Space exploration.
Wow. I guess it was January of last year when I just decided officially, hey, I'm gonna start doing this YouTube thing. And now we're making a video for Dehancer. That's what we're doing today, which is crazy. And I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not special, but still, to be a channel that has less than 300 subscribers and to get an affiliate deal, it's kind of crazy. And it just makes you want to keep going, want to keep progressing. And it just shows that you can't not start because you think something is oversaturated, because you think there's too many YouTubers, you think there's too many people doing what you're doing, and that nobody will notice you. It may take a little bit longer, but if you stick to it, people are gonna notice. They've already started rocking with what I'm doing, which is surprising because, you know, I don't really even like what I'm doing half the time, but here we are.
Here's the deal. You're a very skilled videographer, an editor, and you're active on social media, and you do a great job documenting yourself. So certainly wasn't a surprise. I think I was more interested to see like what you were going to come up with than anything else. It was like, here's this idea. Well, no, let me back up. It wasn't the idea. It was you've got this opportunity to use a tool. I had no idea what the tool was or what this software was, what this plugin was. And so I wasn't so much like surprised that someone was like, hey, do this, review this product and we'll let you have it. It was more like, all right, what's he going to come up with? So yeah, I thought it was a cool opportunity. I'm very skeptical of products because being a cinematographer and editor, I live inside of Premiere, and I'm very comfortable using all the native tools that Premiere has. So I'm always a little bit skeptical when it comes to third-party softwares for programs that we're in and out of daily.
It just seems like I'm never going to be finished with this talking head portion because I keep thinking of things that I didn't say before that I need to say now. So I think it's important to note that I was approached by this, and it just makes it sound like so crazy. I was approached like, you know, you were at this store and they snuck up behind you and were like, hey, do this review for us. Yeah, it wasn't like that. I wasn't approached like in a dark alley. No, but seriously, so I'm a small YouTuber. Like, y'all see it. It's later it'll be more, hopefully, but right now it's less than 300. So Dehancer reaches out via email. I've received a ton of spam emails like all my life. So I'm pretty well versed in spam emails. This one doesn't really feel like spam, but at the same time, I'm like not giving anybody the benefit of the doubt anymore. So I just asked them literally, you see it on the screen here. I'm like, this is probably gonna sound weird, but is this real? Cause you know, I ain't really got time for, for nobody trying to steal my grandma's credit card information. But yeah, they reached out I'm talking days before we were moving into our first house, and I'm headed on 2 like work trips, all within the same room with each other. And then here I am thinking that if I don't respond immediately, they're gonna go with somebody else and just be like, screw it, forget it. So I'm like, I gotta respond now, but they give you a month trial period to use the software in order to make the review. So I'm like, okay, I got 30 days roughly to make this happen. And I just didn't like it. So yeah, in my head, I'm like, well, I guess it's over with. I was almost had something cool. Oh yeah, I guess we're supposed to talk about Dehancer. This footage is colored with Dehancer. Is it right for me? Who knows? Because I haven't had time to actually use it. Like this month has just been so crazy. Like not even lying. I think my trial ends in like 2 hours. And it's just everything just kind of happened so quickly. So to quickly recap, I started watching all these videos. Some people did skits. Some people did very in-depth technical reviews. I've never been that guy. And then I remember the email and they were like, if reviews aren't your thing, then make it your own. So that's when I decided to go this route and tell you the story of how I almost botched my first affiliate deal that just so happens to be with this UK-based company known as Dehancer.
To make a case of why they should let him go more and what he did is he didn't cower in fear. He didn't kind of lean back into being afraid of what they might do. He simply preached the gospel. Why? Because he had seen what Jesus had done. He knew the power of the gospel.
So I'm just going to run through this in order as we will use it during the show, so it'll make a little more sense for you. But basically, this opening montage will be B-roll that we shoot today. Okay. And this will be the introduction title screen to like the show, which is also this Western movie that we're going to be watching at Resurgent next year.
Okay. So we're at Marshall's because we didn't expect it to be wintertime out here in the middle of spring, but it is. So we're about to see what we can find in here. Do they even have clothes? What is this kind of like Ross?
Yeah, it's like Ross.
I see. Oh man. Well, yeah, Will's here too.
Yeah.
He also messed up. He messed up the most. Like this was his thing. He should have been like, hey man, bring a winter coat.
It was supposed to be 10 degrees warmer when I looked. But I should have looked yesterday.
Yeah, it'll be all right though. Let's see if we can something else. I go with this Calvin Klein or something else. It's not even really match my outfit. It's a vibe, you know? 3 shades of green. So originally I came in here to just get a jacket, and now I'm finding all kind of stuff that I actually like. at Marshall's, you know. Will's trying to decide what director vibe he's trying to go with.
Oh man.
Will didn't buy anything. He was, you know, trying to hold on to his pearls. And we, you know, we talked about getting like matching Calvin Klein jackets, and he was like, "Nah, that's too sus." So you wanted to show up looking different. That's crazy, bro.
Hey man, when you only got so many pearls.
When you only got so many pearls.
You got to ration. So the biggest part of what we do, the biggest income earner for us, the bulk of our work for Bobby and myself is run and gun style shoots. Weddings are a huge part of that. We kind of coin ourselves as documentary style wedding videographers, meaning we don't like to stage a ton of moments. We certainly like to make the bride and groom feel elegant and beautiful, but we're more concerned with documenting the day as it happened and creating stories, you know, using audio and all the things that we capture throughout the day. So what that means typically, you know, over the course of an 8 or 10 hour day, we're going to run into lighting scenarios that are more than less than ideal. Sometimes we have no control over lights in the rooms. Sometimes we have no idea what we're going to walk into. Sometimes there's mixed lighting scenarios where we've got warm lights from chandeliers inside right up against the outdoor, like windows outside. So, you know, sometimes there's just not really anything you can do to make those lighting scenarios perfect. And so we rely on you know, different tools to help us combat those lighting conditions to make our films feel complete. And I have gotten to where I use a style with black and white and film grain quite often to kind of combat some of those lighting scenarios that are less than ideal. So with a tool like Dehancer, just being able to drop it onto a clip and have a look ready to go. Beforehand, you know, we're having to go find film grain clips online somewhere, download them, pay for them, use an overlay setting in Premiere to then apply that film grain over a color, and then we have to use an adjustment layer or something to black and white the clip. So it's a 3 or 4 step process to be able to use you know, black and white plus film grain to get the look that we're after in our film. So having a tool like Dehancer that will do all of that in one step is kind of awesome.
Am I in on both of these? I think this is as good as it's gonna get. So by now, you have to be wondering like what my actual thoughts and my takeaway are for this plugin. And honestly, I already know what everybody on the internet is gonna say. It's like, of course you're gonna say only good things about it because they gave it to you for free, which I could see why people would think that way. But if something is good, it's just good. Regardless, I think for what it is, Dehancer is actually kind of clutch. As you've been seeing throughout this video, I've been putting the different film stocks and profiles that I've been using on this footage just with each scene as it changes. And I think that is the thing I like about it the most, is there's so much variety, so many options that you have for different looks. So to me, it just adds a whole new layer to color grading that for me didn't really exist before. I think the one major con that I haven't really heard anybody else mention is the price point. But also that isn't necessarily a con, because yeah, $449 for lifetime access to this plugin is a little bit steep, but also you're not casting a net to grab everybody with anything that you make, both as content creators and as somebody making this plugin. It's not gonna be for everybody. Some people are gonna dislike this, and some people aren't gonna be able to afford it. And very truly, I'm somebody that can't really, really afford it. So like, I am grateful for this opportunity, and had I not had it, I'm not sure if this would be something I would be looking at this very moment, because there's just always so much stuff to pay for as a filmmaker. And another or a new color grading plugin, even for these beautiful film emulations, just wasn't something that was like on my list of things to buy. So I had to be honest about that. But now that I have it, it is something that I'm 100% going to use moving forward. So this definitely isn't the last that you're gonna see of this plugin with my footage. I had so many people asking what I did to color grade my footage, and the answer has always been not much, but now Dehancer is definitely gonna make its way into my workflow. So I think what I was mostly concerned about was not finishing this video in time and having to ask for yet another extension. I was completely stressed out, and I just kept watching the calendar, and I was like, okay, I got 10 days left before I lose access to this. Okay, I got 5 days left. And then I have talking head footage because I've tried to do this like 50 different times. And it's literally the night before I lose access to the free trial. And I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna get this done. And I remember logging in, dropping Dehancer onto the clip, and I get the watermark, and I was like, oh no. I don't wanna ask them for an extension. But I did, and they said yes. They were really chill about it, so that's one thing I can say is if you have any kind of issue with this software, I feel like the customer service is gonna be like kind of top tier because they were just very understanding, very easy to communicate with, easy to talk to, very responsive, like all that stuff. Usually when you're leaving a place, there's like this bittersweet moment and you're kind of sad, like, oh no. But Full Sim management here was pretty trash. We're not gonna miss that. If you see the steps on the way up here, there's like vomit or something spilled all over them. So definitely not gonna miss that kind of stuff. But we did make a lot of memories here. So that will always be with us. But like, we're not gonna miss this place. I did have my office dialed in finally though, but now we have a much bigger space that we have to get dialed in as well. This is the wall that I used to get all of my fancy fake gobo lighting coming in from the windows right here. I don't have anything like that there, so now I'm just have to get good at actually lighting now. I think I'm being forced to upgrade as a filmmaker. But you know, we all have to grow sometime, you know? But yeah, I think I was so concerned about, I have to make this very specific video, I have to make a review just like everybody else. But the whole time I was making this film and I didn't even realize it. We were out in Mississippi, we were in Nashville. Just when I was around the house trying to figure out how to set up my new office, I think that it all just kind of came together organically, and that's kind of the coolest thing about this. So yeah, I hope that this video, for those that are on the fence or never even heard of Dehancer somehow, may entice you to go and check it out. And obviously this is the part of the video where we get to sell to you a little bit. This is new to me because I've never had this, but my code, BobbyJNick, will get you 10% off at checkout if you use it when purchasing anything on the Dehancer website. So be sure to use that, and yeah, thank you. This is awesome. Dang, dude, we're out here. We are out here. That's freaking crazy. How do you think it went?
Pretty amazing, pretty amazing. The horses were a little temperamental, but I think we got the footage that we needed. We're just shooting some B-roll right now because we've got the location. We might as well shoot what we can. We still have daylight because I don't want to get back and not have enough. So yeah, this is epic.
Yes, sir. This has been really cool. It's one of my favorite shoots so far. It's good because it's definitely gonna be like the most epic thing that I've ever been a part of. As far as like visual and cinematicness goes, if you want to call it that. Anyway, we gotta go because the sun is gonna set. So yeah, this is what we're looking at now. Thank you, Dehancer, for allowing me this opportunity to make this video. Until then, I guess. Yeah, that's it. I'm out.
If you committed a crime this time, just tell me, baby. I've got a lot on the line, but still we all need some saving. It seems throughout all of time we're all misbehaving. Yeah, we're all falling out of line, but this time we need to stay in. I don't mind.
You probably want to know what the purpose of this video even was, what my ultimate takeaway from Dehancer is. And the real answer is, why is there a fly in here? gonna go kill this fly.
Definitely check it out. Yeah. Orbit 2024's award show, which is in 2025. And I know I said 2024 on camera, but that's because it's 2024's award show. But it happens in... No, wait, we're in 2025 right now, aren't we?
It's a good thing I can't see the screen because I'd be like mid-interview, like... God.
So it's 2025's award show that happens in 2026. So you'll have to bleep that out.
Save up, you have 449.
Before we say something stupid.
If there's something